Hey guys, Mike here, and I've discovered today that if you want someone to read 200 pages of your work, you're going to have a hard time making friends. I'm trying to get people to read what I've written so far, not going as well as I thought it would, especially at school. A lot of kids in my major are busy. Go figure with game designing. They're mostly focused on making games, so their focus is completely elsewhere. It's going to be hard to find people who actually want to read my work so far. So I need to go find an editor, really. It could be any kind of editor. I'm actually talking to my publishing teacher about it. So, yep, that's kind of what's on the plate with the Masquerade story so far right now. Been writing more and more lately. I think I did around 4 or 5 pages yesterday, and I want to do more today when I get the chance. But Tuesday is my busy day with school. Actually, I got another 3 hour class in about an hour, so I figured I'd just update while I had the chance right now. Then at night, I'm probably just going to write the rest of the time. Actually, I've been talking to a friend of mine downstairs, Elliot, who's a graphic designer, and he's very interested in the card game too. He actually wants to help work on it for free, and he's mentioned that a lot of graphic designers in the school would be interested in helping me out with that, especially if it means getting work on their portfolio. That's one thing that's really handy about working in a college, actually, is all these free resources that you have because other students are looking for work too. And then if you get other people involved with it, you'd be surprised at how many people are willing to stand up and help you out if you have the motivation for it. It's kind of interesting because until you actually have the motivation to pursue your ideas, you're not really sure if anyone else is even interested in what you're making. I was actually surprised how many people were interested in the Masquerade card game until they started playing it and loved it. I hope they say the same thing about the story though. Like I said, it's hard to you can't really play test a story. You have to read it from start to finish. You can't just read snippets of it and get the whole idea of it unless it's poorly written, but I hope that's not the case. So, yeah, trying to find an editor right now. Could be pretty interesting. If anyone out there is interested in reading the whole thing, I'd be happy to send it to you, but I've only gotten a few comments so far, so I'm not really holding my breath on that unless someone from school is really interested in reading roughly 200 pages of my works. It's a long read. I've sat through it one weekend, and it took 10 to 12 hours to read all of it. But I was editing it too, but self-editing can only get you so far. Like with the game design thing, when you make something, you automatically have assumptions about very certain things, and it makes sense in your head. Like with games, certain things just make sense, and it wouldn't make sense for other players. So it eventually ends up between that. It ends up like the players will run right into a brick wall right as they start playing, but you're like sitting there going, come on, this level's easy. All you gotta do is jump at this precise place and then jump to the other one. I'm I digress. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I said, editing, pretty interesting stuff. Stories coming along. I had an interesting part in a chapter where the main character, or one of the main characters, Gunther Newgate, is going through a bit of self-reflection, which is a big part to his character arc. So I'm really trying to focus on that and make it as good as I possibly can. So just that's the update so far. That's what I've been doing for the start of the week. This whole week should be pretty busy again, and things are only getting worse with schoolwork. So wish me luck. Check out my blog down below right there. If you'd please comments, like, subscribe, anything helps out. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.